Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for April 10, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We've seen significant updates on the situation in the Middle East, where a fragile ceasefire between Iran, the United States, and Israel hangs in the balance. Despite the tentative truce, violence continues to erupt, with reports of multiple strikes on Israeli targets and intense fighting in Lebanon. In related news, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has emphasized the need for a collective effort to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial shipping lane that has been effectively closed since the start of the conflict. The closure of the strait has led to a surge in petrol and food prices, sparking concerns about the impact on the global economy. The UK government is working with its allies to find a solution, with a coalition of over 30 countries involved in diplomatic efforts. The British military is also playing a role, with plans to clear mines from the strait using autonomous drones launched from a Royal Navy ship. Meanwhile, President Trump has faced criticism for his comments on NATO, suggesting that the US might withdraw from the alliance if member countries do not increase their contributions. Sir Keir Starmer has responded by highlighting the importance of NATO and its role in keeping the UK safe. As the situation continues to unfold, the UK government is under pressure to provide support to bill payers affected by the rising costs. The Prime Minister has signaled that any assistance would be targeted rather than universal, sparking debate about the best approach to mitigate the impact of the conflict on the UK economy. We'll continue to bring you updates and analysis on this developing story as more information becomes available. For now, it's clear that the US-Iran conflict has far-reaching implications, and the UK is at the forefront of efforts to find a resolution. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall and know it's right now. Firstly, we've been following the developing situation in Ireland, where fuel protests have led to significant disruptions across the country. The National Emergency Coordination Group has expressed concerns about the potential impact on vital services and supply chains, warning of threats to animal welfare and livelihoods in the agriculture sector. Secondly, we're keeping a close eye on the strained relationship between Cuba and the United States. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel has reiterated his commitment to sovereignty, stating that any decision regarding his position would be made by the Cuban people, not external entities. The situation is complex, with economic challenges, energy blockades, and diplomatic tensions at play. Lastly, we're covering the ongoing crisis in the Middle East and its effects on the aviation industry. Dubai has restricted foreign airlines to just one daily flight to its airports until May 1st, due to the Iran crisis, which is expected to hit Indian airlines particularly hard. The Federation of Indian Airlines is urging the Indian government to intervene, while airline pilots are expressing concerns about flying in the region due to the conflict. These stories highlight the interconnectedness of global events and the need for nuanced understanding and diplomacy. We'll continue to monitor these situations and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your anchor, Louis. In our recent reports, we've been following several key stories that have significant implications for the global economy. First, we looked at the situation with UBS, one of the world's largest banking institutions, which has been under pressure to release documents related to Nazi-linked accounts. The bank has decided not to release these files, citing confidentiality and potential liability. We also examined the impact of the ongoing crisis in the Middle East on the global economy. The conflict between the US, Israel, and Iran has led to a surge in oil prices, with crude oil topping $100 a barrel and a significant increase in inflation, with prices rising 5.1% in March compared to the same period last year. In addition, we reported on the latest developments in the financial sector, including the Federal Reserve's decision not to raise interest rates despite rising energy prices and potential inflationary pressures. The benchmark interest rate is expected to remain unchanged for the remainder of the year, with a 90% chance of no change at the Fed's next rate decision on April 29th. Finally, we touched on the story of Credit Suisse's handling of Nazi-linked accounts, which has revealed hundreds of possible leads, including those of senior officials and entities. This development adds pressure on UBS to be more transparent about its predecessor's activities during World War II. These stories highlight the complex and interconnected nature of the global economy, where historical injustices, geopolitical tensions, and financial decisions all have far-reaching consequences. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Artemis II mission has successfully completed its journey to the far side of the moon, with astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen on board. The crew is now preparing for re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, which promises to be a thrilling and intense experience. In a separate article, we explored the fascinating story of how music has become an integral part of the Artemis II mission. The crew's specially curated playlist features a diverse range of artists and songs that hold personal significance for each astronaut. From John Legend to Queen, this unique collection of music serves as a powerful tool to evoke emotions, create connections, and signify milestones during their extraordinary voyage. Lastly, we reflected on the broader cultural significance of music in human endeavors, particularly in space exploration. The Voyager mission's golden record is a testament to humanity's desire to express itself creatively, even as we venture into the unknown. As we continue to explore the vast expanse of space, it's heartening to know that music can bridge the distances between individuals, communities, and celestial bodies. Tune in tomorrow for more updates on the Artemis II mission and other fascinating stories from the world of science, technology, and exploration. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've been covering the world of college basketball, where Duke University and the University of North Carolina are making headlines with significant changes in their coaching staffs and potential roster moves through the transfer portal. Both programs are navigating the evolving landscape of college basketball, seeking to remain competitive at the highest level. In mixed martial arts, we're just days away from the highly anticipated UFC matchup between Jiří Procházka and Carlos Ulberg. Our expert analyst Kyle Marley has been studying this bout closely, and his predictions suggest that one fighter has a decisive edge due to their superior skill set. We encourage our listeners to visit Sportsline for Marley's detailed analysis and betting advice. Finally, we're looking forward to an action-packed UFC event, with the main event featuring Jiří Procházka and Carlos Ulberg, as well as other exciting matchups on the card. Remember to tune in to Paramount for exclusive coverage of every UFC-numbered event and Fight Night Live, all at no additional cost. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. In our recent editions, we've taken you on two exciting journeys, one to the breathtaking Peruvian Amazon and another through the wonders of the night sky. In our first journey, we explored the majestic waters of the Amazon River, discovering the incredible biodiversity of the region, from pink dolphins to sloths, and learning about the unique cultures of over 70 indigenous groups living along the riverbanks. We also marveled at the natural phenomenon of two rivers running side by side, a sight that will leave even the most seasoned traveler in awe. In our second journey, we gazed up at the night sky, celebrating the third quarter phase of the moon. We delved into the fascinating world of astronomy, exploring notable features like craters and basins, and reminding ourselves of the beauty and craftsmanship of the universe. This lunar event invited us to reflect on how the cycles of nature influence our lives and our connection to the world around us. These journeys remind us that there's always more to discover, whether in the depths of the Amazon or in the vastness of the night sky. Join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we continue to explore the wonders of our world and beyond. Good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Like you, Charles. Let's get straight to it. We've got 3 juicy stories to dish about tonight. First up, we're talking about the latest season of Euphoria. With Labyrinth out and Hans Zimmer in, the question on everyone's mind is, has the show aged out of relevance? I say, tune in to find out, folks. Zendaya still dazzles, and with the new season promising to take us on a wild ride, you won't want to miss it. Next, we're diving into the world of Hollywood with the scoop on the new film Outcome, starring Jonah Hill and Keanu Reeves. This movie is full of cameos, darling. Think Laverne Cox, Martin Scorsese, Drew Barrymore, and even Van Jones. Trust me, these aren't just random walk-ons, they're woven into the fabric of the story, adding to the plot and characters. Last but not least, we're talking high fashion with the resignation of Stefano Gabbana as chairman of Dolce & Gabbana. What's behind this sudden move? Sources say it's part of a larger restructuring effort to navigate the brand through tumultuous times in the fashion industry. With Alfonso Dolce taking over and Gabbana still involved creatively, the real question is, what's next for this beloved brand? Will they stick to their old-school Italian glamour or shake things up with fresh new designs? Stay stylish, keep on reading, and tune in next time for more news and gossip from the world of entertainment. Face it, darling, if you want to stay ahead of the curve, you need to. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. First up, we reported on the inspiring story of the Frog Patrol, a group of individuals who are taking action to protect our planet's precious wildlife and ecosystems. Their efforts serve as a call to action, reminding us that conservation is a collective effort that requires the participation and engagement of individuals from all walks of life. In the world of science, we explored a groundbreaking study that utilizes machine learning to better understand surface albedo feedback over Arctic land regions. The research has significant implications for climate modeling and policymaking, and highlights the importance of ongoing research and collaboration in addressing the challenges of climate change. Finally, we delved into the literary world with Nancy Foley's debut novel, I Am Agatha, a thought-provoking and captivating tale of artistic ambition, personal autonomy, and love. The novel raises important questions about human relationships and invites readers to reflect on their own values and priorities. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.